So there's this guy coming up here, this... Sir! Something, 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 sir! That voice, apparently that character must have switched sides at some point in the war, because he usually shows up alongside General Adon, but here he's the White Tiger Knight's lackey, so I'm sure there's a fascinating backstory behind that, which will never be known. And we've got the White Tiger General here, who sounds like JFK, for no reason. Death's a smoochie there. For no reason other than that I was rapidly running out of voices to use for minor characters, so occasionally I just throw in a random impression like that. There's no real joke behind it, I just needed another voice. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Now, one thing that I had a lot of problems with in Berserk was managing the flow of the episode and having enough transitions between scenes and that sort of thing. This episode, though, I think I did a pretty good job with, as far as that goes. I had that nice little Weird Al in the beginning for a nice little intro, and all the scene transitions seemed to work pretty naturally. This was another recycled voice. This guy who sounds like this! Although I was at least able to put something of a twist on it by having him aspirate all his W sounds. When, where? So, there you go. And then bring back the little wolf howl again for another go, and 3 hours later. That's Cowboy Bebop for anybody who doesn't know. And if you don't, shame on you. Because Cowboy Bebop is freaking awesome. This was another groaner pun, impregnable, impregnate.
Huh? Not it.
I love this not it bit. I love that important military decisions are apparently made through children's games here. But yeah, another good transition there. I was able to use that impregnable thing as a scene transition. Guts is shaking this dice cup for quite a while here, because that's the only scene of him with his lips moving, and the only clip, rather, within this scene, so I had to use it over and over.
It's a very disturbing
oh well.
Image, and I'm trying very hard to keep it out of my mind, but somebody keeps reminding me of it every 5 minutes. God, homophobic much? Anyway, that same perverted old man is now the governor of Dover.
I'd mentioned this character as an escaflowne nut in a previous episode, so I brought that back. This, audio-wise, was a tough scene, because I needed to give the impression that the music was very, very loud, but not have it so loud that you couldn't understand what they were saying. I think it worked out, though. I didn't have too many complaints about that. Governor Gennon's voice has changed substantially in this, his second appearance. In the first one, he sounded a lot more like Griffith, and so I had to go even more insanely flaming, and I think of this as my gay clown voice.
Why else do you think anyone ever watched Wolf's Rain?
And I knew I was going to get some crap from Wolf's Rain fans about that diss, but dude, couldn't help it. Wolf's Rain sucks, I'm sorry. And it's true, the only reason I ever even tried to watch it was because it was made by some of the same animators as Cowboy Bebop and had a Yoko Kanno soundtrack. And that kept me with it for far longer than I otherwise would have given it. Sucked ass, I don't care what anybody says.
Perhaps you could suggest some new material?
Little animation glitch there with Adon's bandages. Berserk has a lot of those little quirks to it.
Physical comedy! Alright, everyone, you know the plan. Let's do this thing.
He's able to get some mileage here out of the
Yeah, there's a plan now.
implication that
Told you all about off screen.
there was a huge, elaborate conversation off screen.
One more time to make sure we understand everything. No, because we don't want to let the audience know what the an play is.
It
Otherwise,
won't be a
it won't be
suspenseful say.
suspenseful
The most transparent pig Latin ever. What could he have been saying there? A suspenseful say? What does that mean?
Commander is not to be harmed.
And I love the idea that, Griffith always has to try to be so circumspect about his sexual preferences, and which is realistic. I mean, in a medieval setting, you don't go around being openly gay, unless you want, some bad consequences. So I love the idea, though, that by contrast, Governor Gennon is just right in the open about it. He wants Griffith naked. Yeah. See you next time.